my gratitude and wishes to all of you for joining with us on this day. Let us make these events or most of these opportunities and self-awareness together. Once again, I welcome you all. Thank you, ma'am. I take this opportunity to invite our organizing secretary, Dr. Viswajit Dasa, pharmacy, principal pharmacy, to introduce the resource person of the day.
Respected Vice Chairman, sir, and General Manager of Hospital, Dr. Bhagwan Jaswani, sir, Director of Kanpur, a very good morning. So, this is by the team to introduce our respected. So, this is my I'm going to read small paragraph. So, it is our honor that he present here. So, I'm not taking more time because when I entered to the campus, he first told me that after 6 hours traveling from Kanpur also, he told that I am in much stress and don't waste my time and start the program as soon as possible so that the program will be more longer rather than this thing. Still, I want to read few lines. Dr. Bhagwan Jaswani is a management professor trained in finance and accounting. His expertise lies in the years of outcome-based education, innovative teaching pedagogy, innovative teaching and assessment of evaluation, accreditation process, NAC and NBA, and functioning the internal quality assurance sales IQAC. He is presently associated as director of ESIT Kanpur. His association includes campus director Ellen House Group, Institution Kanpur, and campus head senior faculty finance, ICPI Academy, Hyderabad. Professor Bhagwan possesses a work of experience of more than 25 years in industry and academia, which includes as of 6 years with the firm of character accountants. He is professionally qualified as a company secretary and is presently a fellow member of the Institute of Companies Secretary of India. He also holds PhD and postgraduate degree in commerce. Besides this, he is UGC and qualified and possesses various certification in business analytics, international finance and finance derivatives from renowned institutions like the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, MIT, USA, University of Pennsylvania, USA, IBM in India, National Stock Exchange of India. He is certified trainer and predictive and descriptive analyst. Dr. Bhagwan has conducted more than 50 management and faculty development programs and training sessions in India and abroad, like IIT Guwahati and Remote Application Center, Lucknow, government that is under Department of Science and Technology, Uttar Pradesh, and many other institutions across the world. Simultaneously, models of strategic thinking and decision making. Is a business analyst and financial econometrics, and mainly his focus based on outcome-based education. Simultaneously, he has published more than 45 research papers in conferences, all are focusing on development. His research papers based on doctoral thesis and awarded second prize in doctoral student paper competition organized by AIMS International, Boston, USA. His research paper in application of data and environment analysis published in the journal of MBA Gurgaon was a part of assignment given to students pursuing MBA students at IIT Delhi. Dr. Bhagwan also received the Best Paper Presenter and Best Faculty Guide Awards. He is basically born in Philippines, Southeast Asia, traveled many countries abroad. He has also been international industrial study tour and management to the students to China and US. He believes in karma and for him success is how high you bounce after hitting the bottom. So thank you, sir. This was the short biodata. Now I'm not taking much more time. So again, welcoming him to our institution for the coming faculty development program, which is based on 360 degree appraisal system for faculty and classroom management, with the sub topic of 360 degree appraisal for effective feedback of classroom management, essential for classroom management, for in classroom, essential of effective learning, and simultaneously there will be a student session for 90 minutes in which you will guide the students how to take the knowledge from the teachers. So it will be interesting. We are having 3 sessions, one by one. So let's start. Thank you again to all the dignitaries present over here. Thank you.
I would like to recommend Manjeet Singh sir to honor our guest speaker with memento and show. Thank you, sir. He is a man of distinct vision, thoughtful personality, simple with exceptional leadership quality. He is an inspiration to all of us. We admire his spirit of integrity with 100% dedication to our institution. Your physical presence is very valuable input to our today's event. I invite our respected Vice Chairman, Sir, Dr. Manjeet Singh, to address the gathering.
Good morning. Always feel happy to be back after a reasonably, long period. So, Professor Dr. Bhagwan Jagnani, thank you for coming. Dr. Vishwajit Das, Vimla ji, Principal Nursing College, all the faculty members, students. Today we are, basically this event has been organized for faculty. As what I have understood is this is basically for faculty development program. And then what is development? I am a layman, I don't know much about, what we call it pharmacy or nursing, these are not my subjects. But still then I was, pondering over the matter that what is development. Then I was thinking that it is a very good initiative by this, by the people here, by our team. So what the faculty should do to the students, there will be 2 days deliberation by Professor Saab, and I am very much sure that after the deliberation, faculty, the sphere of knowledge will increase. What I want to say, the ethical code of knowledge will increase among the faculty. But faculty should worry about one greater thing, and that is because they are interacting, they are basically there for students. So how to involve the students so that they should be attentive. Lot of distractions are there among the students. If I may say, a student has mobile phone, a student is coming from bus, a student has problem in his house, a student have so many problems. And then all of a sudden he is coming to a classroom and he is supposed to pay attention to the lecture which a faculty member or a teacher, what you call it, he is delivering. How to assimilate the distractions of the student in an attraction way, in an attractive way, or in other words, we can say the how the student's distraction should be converted into attraction, so that the student should gain knowledge from the lecture in this institution. So this is a very difficult, it is not an easy job. That's why I feel teaching is not a duty. It is not at all a profession also. It is basically an art. It is an art. And as an artist, you have to see the students as basically I'm referring to the faculty. So as an artist, you have to see that whatever art you are making, it is having an effect. It is understandable in easy terms. So how now I have told you you have to convert your distraction into attractions, very good words, but how? I have not told you about how. This is the problem with most of the people, that we have very beautiful terminologies, but we don't have the answers. And I strongly feel, if you want to convert the distraction, if you want the students to gain knowledge in your institution, then you, this faculty member, should also be just like students. After all, in a given period of time, this faculty team or the faculty or the teacher, they were all. So my advice will be for the faculty members. So you first prepare yourself for the lecture every day. You read the books just like the students. Then you teach the students. What will happen? You feel that I have to appear in the examination and I have to be the topper. If a faculty feel like this, I am very much sure the knowledge which you are spreading through your lecture will be a win-win situation for everybody. And in spite of the distractions, these students will be benefited a lot. We are working in a knowledge economy. One more thing I want to, I was discussing yesterday with Dr. Biswajit and Vimlaji also. We don't have to imbibe a feeling that this education is a business. Education इसको करने से नौकरी मिल जाएगी. I'm telling you one thing. If you want to lead life, if you want to be successful, only one thing is there, and that is knowledge. Take it for granted, if you are having knowledge, जितने भी successful लोग हुए हैं because of knowledge. So, not taking your much of the time, but I'm sure this. So you focus on this thing: how to make the students more attentive to your lectures, and then only, and you have to, this is a follow up system. You have to always invite the students that the follow up is what you are teaching to them. It is having an effect or not. If it is having no effect, then there is no, what we call it, purpose or value, you are not adding value to your lecture or teaching. As far as students are concerned, तो छात्रों को तो मैं यही स्टूडेंट्स कहूंगा कि आप एकलव्य मत बनो, एकलव्य की तरह उंगली काट के देने की अपने गुरुजी को जरूरत नहीं है। लेकिन मैं ये चाहूंगा एकलव्य की तरह आप अपनी निष्ठा को काट के, थोड़ी सी जो बाहर की जो निष्ठा है और समय है, वो काट के अपने गुरुजी को दीजिए। ये जो समय आप यहाँ पर इंस्टीट्यूशन में हैं, तो आप देखिएगा ये जो आपका समय है ये बहुत ही लाभदायक आपके लिए होगा और आप यहाँ से बहुत सक्सेसफुल नॉलेज गेन करके जाएंगे। सो इतनी मैं चाहूंगा कि आने वाले समय में 2 दिन में आप लोगों को इससे काफी लाभ होगा और आप लोग बहुत इसको अटेंटिवली देखिए, खासकर फैकल्टी वाले लोग। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
A sincere thank you to you, sir, for your enlightening words. He is a seasoned scholar and a navigator of flagship of knowledge. Your consistent support for academics, knowledge, development standpoint, and your sheer presence in this event has raised the overall standard of the program. Ladies and gentlemen, we are gladly get this kind of opportunity to listen to the words of great personality. I would like to request Dr. Bhavan Jugwani, sir, to proceed the session. For this, I call up the volunteers to make the arrangement on the dais.
हेलो ठीक।
By the move stage, you can mark that someone. I think it's some fun. I'm stuck on. Like, look at this. Look at this. Yeah. Yeah. I'll do it. One text is not possible. A very good afternoon to one and all present over here. Good afternoon.
और जोर से, loudest. The honorable chairman of this group, one means medical group, Sardar Bahadur Singh ji, my bad luck that I experienced, but I understand that it was that he has built up the system over here. Revered vice chairman of one means medical group, Chartered Accountant, Dr. Manjeet Singh ji, the organizing secretaries, principal pharmacy, faculty, to have invited me to this campus. I'm here in this region, this geography, for the very first time in my life. And since morning, I was having this feeling that something great is going to happen. When I say great, it means greatness for me to learn something through interaction. When I mean great for you, it means something that which makes you something. And you know, when that greatness is completed, it's getting completed when you share with your parents. Your parents have shown trust in the group. Your parents have admitted you to this prestigious institution. When you go back home and you share the stories with your parents, then the group gets completed. तब चक्र complete होता है. In this universe, in this cosmos, बहुत सारे unfinished groups हैं. There are several unfinished groups. इंसान शुरू करता है, छोड़ देते हैं. याद वो रखे जाते हैं. Those who complete that group by putting in the necessary meaning, by putting in the necessary significance, by drawing necessary inferences, and once you become knowledgeable, by sharing that knowledge with people. Because knowledge increases when you share the secret. So today I am here with a very specific purpose. My first interaction with, I can see some faculty members as well as some students over here. So my first interaction with all of you will be on the topic how to learn. सीखना कैसे? What are the essentials of effective learning? Some mentioned about knowledge. कैसे होगी knowledge? जब सीखने की लगन ना हो और कैसे पैदा करने सीखने की लगन. What are the essentials of learning? My focus will be on that. And yes, to all my dear friends over here, that man, with all patience, keeping your antennas open, and one thing I can promise you, you can take it as a guarantee from me. आप न सिर्फ सीख के जाएंगे, आप हर एक को सिखाएंगे. Those people who, due to any reason whatsoever, could be present here today, or maybe your cousins somewhere else, or maybe your parents. Because remember, you are here to complete the loop, and it is completed when you reshare what I shared with you today. Agree? Very good. Now, this session is not going to be just like any other session. Because those who after 30 to 45 minutes will fall into comfort zone of the chair for sitting. आप यहाँ से कुछ लोगों को मैं यहाँ बुलाऊंगा. And we'll do some wonderful exercises. Remember, there are no, this is not test, not a revision कि मैंने अभी क्या बोला बोल खत्म. Nothing of that sort. It is something that we'll be doing. In this what do I say, maroon or red colored packet, I brought something prompts for you. Let us see what is this. And yes, every effort that you will put in over here will get rewarded. After the reward will happen. Right? So with this promise, let me start with the first leg of my discussion. Are you aware what are the punch bhutas? What are the 5 elements of which our human body is made of? आप में से कोई एक जना अच्छा एक और चीज है whenever we ask people की बताइए सब बोलना शुरू कर देते हैं one person you raise your hand and then you will speak anybody what are the punch bhutas I see this gentleman over here he raised his hand first sir आपको बोलने से पहले मैं एक बात और बता दूं you know what it's very important to take the lead किसने पहले हाथ खड़ा किया किसने पहले रिस्पॉन्ड किया किसने पहले कोशिश की किसने पहली बार बात बोली किसने पहली बार सॉल्व किया इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट टू टेक द लीड whenever you go into any job in the selection process there is something known as group discussion GD उसमें इस बात के नंबर ज्यादा दिए जाते हैं who takes the lead तो सर आपको 2 नंबर मिले तो अब आप मुझे बताइए वो पंच भूता कौन है आप मुझे ठीक से बताइएगा मैं इसको लिखता जाऊंगा बिल्कुल सही अरे भाई क्या बनना चाहिए इसमें सर अगर आप मुझे थोड़ा कमेंट करें तो मैं अपने हिसाब से लिखूं उसको सो लेट अस से भूमि और Earth. And let me tell you one thing, I have got one of the most beautiful handwritings on Earth. इसलिए समझ में आया है बोला कुछ नहीं कि भूमि yes okay thank you very much sir for coming thank you and I wish you to meet you again let's have a round of applause for Vice Chancellor okay settle down borrowing the words of the Vice Chancellor distractions के बीच में attraction ढूंढना है yes तो उल्टा करना है attraction के बीच में distraction ढूंढना है so concentrate here right here right so sir said bhumi means earth prithvi right and then gagan can be said as sky akash or some people who love cosmos this is space अच्छा one thing I never understood मुझे कभी समझ नहीं आई बात ये somebody said the sky is the limit मैं पूछता हूँ sky का limit क्या है what is the limit of the sky आप sky के ऊपर जाइए आपको आकाश मिलेगा और ऊपर जाइए आपको कॉस्मोस स्पेस मिलेगा और ऊपर जाइए अदम क्या होता है तो मैं ढूंढ रहा हूँ उस व्यक्ति को जिसने कहा था sky से लेना so first of all limit यहाँ है आपके दिमाग में and what I say घर लेके जाइए sky doesn't have any limit doesn't have any limit अर्थ की पोर की लिमिट है यानी कि पाताल की लिमिट है यानी कि बुराई की लिमिट है यानी कि नीचे गिरने की लिमिट है ऊपर उठने की नहीं that's the reason when Professor Das studied the profile उसमें last line had to for me success is how high you bounce after hitting the bottom को छूना ही पड़ेगा उसके बाद जितना ऊपर उठते हो वो सक्सेस राइट सो कमिंग बैक टू दिस गगन एंड देन वर्क फॉर वायु से वायु दैट मींस एयर एंड देन फॉर अग्नि इज फायर एंड देन ना फॉर नीर इज जल सब मैंने सही लिखा राइट These are the 5 elements of which our human body is made of, right? मेरा नाम भगवान है So that's the reason he mentioned in the way in which our scriptures mention it. जो हमारे जो वेद मेंशन करते हैं वो उस तरीके से मेंशन किया. Her and then Gagan. For Agni, now for Neil. 5 elements. Why did I tell you this? 2.5. Why did I tell you that the human body is made up of 5 elements? I told you this thing because सीखने के भी 5 essential elements होते हैं. There are 5 essential elements of learning. और मैं वाइस चेयरमैन साहब को इस बात की बुरी बुरी प्रशंसा करता हूं कि मेरा एक एलिमेंट तो उन्होंने अपनी स्पीच में बोल दिया. कैन यू गेस व्हाट इज द एलिमेंट दैट ही टोल्ड? कोई फटाफट कोई गेस करो फटाफट. ही स्पोक अबाउट वन एलिमेंट. आप क्या बोल रहे बेटा? आप बोलो. हाँ बोलो. देखो सब सीखने को आया है. सब सीखने को आया है. हाँ पहले आप लोगों ने पूछा नहीं. आप बोलो जा रहे हैं. आप बोलो नॉलेज कितना चाहिए. आओ जरा clap for her. या और सुनो यहाँ नहीं पाना. जब सेशन खत्म हो जाए तो छोड़ के हमको लेना. सो नॉलेज. अब देखिए 5 essential elements of learning. यहाँ सीखने आए हो ना. अब कोई सीखने आया हो या फिर सिखाने आए हो? क्लियर है ना. तो 5 essential elements of learning. One is knowledge. क्या होती है ये चीजें? ये क्या है? What is knowledge? सिंपल शब्दों में नॉलेज क्या है? Knowledge is knowing about some concept. किसी चीज के बारे में जानना, ज्ञान अर्जित करना. It is something known as ज्ञान. Knowledge, something that you acquire, something that you try to know, and eventually you know. Knowledge. I am going to ask one question right now. सिर्फ ज्ञान सफिशिएंट है? करोगे क्या उन के साथ? अगर आपको पता चलता है, if you know that this faculty over here is very ज्ञानी, knowledgeable, and you have a problem, क्या करोगे? राइट. इनसे क्या एक्सपेक्ट करोगे कि तुमको सलाह दे अपने ज्ञान का आधार पे. दैट्स व्हाट यू एक्सपेक्ट, राइट? सो द फर्स्ट एसेंशियल एलिमेंट इज नॉलेज. नॉलेज मींस ज्ञान. इट मींस नोइंग सम कॉन्सेप्ट. एग्री. नॉलेज कम्स थ्रू व्हिच एक्टिविटी इन दिस इंस्टीट्यूशन. इस इंस्टीट्यूशन के कौन से एक्टिविटी से नॉलेज आती है? curricular activities. When I say curricular activities, this means syllabus. उस syllabus को पढ़ाने के लिए टीचर, और टीचर आपको बता रहे हैं व्हाइट बोर्ड, ब्लैक बोर्ड, लैब experiments, and now you are gaining knowledge. Agree? The first element. Okay. By the way, listen. I have written these 5 things over here. 5 elements I write over there. आपसे मैं कराऊंगा मैच द फॉलोइंग. नॉलेज किससे कॉरस्पॉन्ड करता है यहाँ पे बताऊंगा. अभी मत करिएगा. क्या है ना, आधा ज्ञान पूरे ज्ञान से ज्यादा करना, तो आधा ज्ञान मत कीजिएगा. नॉलेज इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. नॉलेज मीन्स ज्ञान, टू नो सम कॉन्सेप्ट. नॉलेज के बाद क्या आता है? स्किल क्या है? व्हाट इज स्किल? कौशल, हुनर, एप्टीट्यूड, यही तो है स्किल. सरकार ने चलाई कौशल योजना, गवर्नमेंट has स्किल डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम. नाउ टेल मी वन थिंग, हाउ many you know the difference between skill and talent? गेस करो, सीखने आए यहाँ पे. Sorry. Absolutely correct. Please clap for him. Your faculty. जो नहीं सुन पाया, इन्होंने बोला पूछे बच्चे हाथ खड़ा गया. I hope कि वही जवाब देना चाहता हूँ, ले लेना चाहता हूँ. नहीं तो वो मुझे आई बोली. ठीक है, okay. He said, please sit down. He said, talent is something inborn. पैदाइशी जो आता है, singers, musicians. Tell me one thing. Tell me one thing. जिससे पीछे हाथ खड़ा किया था, उसको मौका मिला वो बताया. टैलेंटेड लोगों को प्रैक्टिस की जरूरत नहीं है ना. इसका मतलब स्किल जो होता है ना, दैट इज आल्सो रिक्वायर्ड फॉर पीपल हु आर इनबॉर्न टैलेंटेड. तो किसका पैमाना बड़ा हो गया? स्किल का. बिकॉज स्किल इज रिक्वायर्ड नॉट ओनली बाय इसका, स्किल इज रिक्वायर्ड नॉट ओनली बाय पीपल हु आर determined to acquire some knowledge through training, who are not inborn talented, but skill is also required by people who are inborn talented because they want to refine their talent, जिसको कहते हैं musician और singer रियाज, so that they go longer in their career. Agree? तो skill क्या होता है? Skill is हुनर, skill is known as caution, and skill is acquired. How it is acquired? Either by going through that course or by doing hands-on experience. Whenever pharmacy student, nursing student, whenever they do some projects or experiments, acquire करते होते हैं, skill में मदद करता है. Take a simple example of injecting someone. Injecting someone. पढ़ाया गया कि this is say intramuscular and this is some intravenously injection. पढ़ा दिया गया और आपको सिरिंज पकड़ा दी गई, जाओ जाके भगवान सब लगाओ. पहले तो आप ये परेशान होंगे कि बड़ी धूम बाहर आए, फिर आप सोचोगे कैसे लगाए, फिर जैसे आपने लगाया मैंने चिल्लाया, मुझे दर्द हो रहा है, आप घबरा गए, आपको कम दबाओ. मैंने कहा क्यों झाड़क करो? नहीं मैं डर रहा हूं, तुम्हारे डराने से मैं डर रहा हूं. Whenever you do practice, this means you are trying to convert your knowledge into application. This means you are trying to skill yourself. Done? एक बात बताइए, आप बताइए, कोई बॉर्न डॉक्टर होते हैं? नहीं. तो उसका मतलब डॉक्टर जैसे उसको भगवान मानते हैं, राइट? उनको भी ये स्किल हासिल करनी होती है. थैंक यू. सो knowledge is something you remember, you understand, and what is skill? You apply. आप apply करते हो, और जब तक आप apply नहीं करोगे, unless until you put in practice, unless until you go into labs, unless until you do projects, भूल जाओ कि वो जो पहली चीज है knowledge, वो तुम्हारे किसी काम का. Suppose I am a chartered accountant. और मैंने अपने किसी एक ही क्लाइंट का इंटरनेशनल फाइल ले लिया. Knowledge को है, because I'm a chartered accountant, I got the qualification, but I'm lacking in practice. So that is very important that knowledge should be supported by practice. This means that knowledge should be supported by skill. Now my question to you. अभी हम लोगों ने knowledge को कहा curricular activities के थ्रू आती है. This was faculty members. Curricular activities could be acquire knowledge, right? Skill किस activity थ्रू आती है? So curricular से जोड़िए उसको. Curricular से related 3 words है. One is curricular, one is co-curricular, and one is extracurricular. Scale आती है co-curricular activities. You take a student to the field, you get a medical camp, you have an OPD over here, you ask any student to associate with any doctor and observe what the doctor is doing. ये curricular नहीं है, ये co-curricular से जुड़ी हुई चीज है, उनसे आती है स्किल. मैं क्यों बता रहा हूँ स्टूडेंट्स को? क्या है ना, सिर्फ करिकुलर पे ध्यान देंगे, you will only focus on curricular. No doubt you will be knowledgeable. तो नॉलेज आपके इस्तेमाल नहीं आता है, और जो इस्तेमाल ना आ सके वो बिकेगी नहीं. जो खूब ना बिक सके वो समाज सेवा नहीं बन सकती है.
जो समाज सेवा नहीं बन पाएगी वो जीवन ही में रखा है, तो नॉलेज ही काफी नहीं है, राइट? नाउ इसके बाद क्या चीज, 5 एलिमेंट है, नॉलेज, स्किल्स, एंड द थर्ड एलिमेंट इज, यहां से किसी ने कुछ बोला जो सुनी, व्हाट इज थर्ड एलिमेंट? एटीट्यूड। मैडम आप कुछ आइए आप बोलो। ये जितने यंग बच्चे यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं, आप में से कोई एटीट्यूड दिखाता है? ओ सॉरी, वन क्वेश्चन, ये जितने नए बच्चे यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं, डू यू पोजेस द राइट एटीट्यूड? जवाब देने से पहले ये समझ गए हमको एटीट्यूड है क्या? व्हाट इज एटीट्यूड? एटीट्यूड in this context means how do you feel about something? What is your behavior towards something? What is your response towards something? And what is your reaction towards something? Right? सर इस बॉटल को जरा ऊपर रेज कीजिए आप। ये बॉटल देखो आप, देखो इस बॉटल में पानी पूरा भरा हुआ है, राइट? सम से अरे आधा खाली है, सम से आधा भरा हुआ है। थैंक यू, सॉरी फॉर यूजिंग यू आल्सो। इसने कहा आधा खाली है, बहुत बड़ी बात नहीं है। रिसर्च बताता है यही लोग नेगेटिविटी कहते हैं, नेगेटिविटी सोचते हैं। क्या है? their perception, their response, their reaction, their feeling, their emotion, their behavior is enough. And for some they would say adabhaya. That's actually. Let me give you an example. Right now, if Professor Vandana declares a contest, एक दो दिन बाद, there's going to be a debate competition. A debate competition on what do I say? Are doctors gods, living gods? Yes or no? तो some कहेंगे हाँ जान बचाते हैं, some कहेंगे देखिए जान ईश्वर के हाथ में, एक जरिया बनते हैं डॉक्टर। Some against बोलेंगे, some for बोलेंगे, right? Agree? Understood that context? Now, in order to succeed in this contest, सबसे पहले क्या हासिल करोगे टॉपिक के बारे में? नॉलेज। एग्री? अब स्टूडेंट का रेट क्या है? आपका नाम क्या है? जोर से बताना। मौर्य, राइट? मैं लोगों सामने अच्छे से सुना, राइट? चलिए अब मौर्य साहब ने कहा आपने you have prepared for a debate? Yes sir, I have prepared for the debate. Very good. Understood the topic? Yes sir, I understood the topic. Very good. Now when your name will be announced, you have to go to the podium and speak for or against the motion, whatever you choose. Yes sir, I will speak for the motion. Doctor are giving words. ठीक है बेटा, अपने लड़के आगे बताएगा, जब नाम पुकारेगा आ जाना। यस सर, हमारे सर नाम पुकारेगा, उस स्टेज में आ गए। Stage, he took charge of the podium. He realized that he has the knowledge. लेकिन भूल गए। नॉलेज अच्छी तरह से प्रैक्टिस नहीं हुई। किसके सामने? शीशे के सामने। He was, ऐसा नहीं हुआ इनके साथ, इनको बोलने की कला नहीं है। So what skill is lacking? Public speaking. And then he told his teacher, "Man, you have betrayed me." Teacher asked, "How did I betray you?" आपने कभी बताया नहीं था 100 रास्ता बच्चों को, मैं तो ही बच्चों के साथ कैसे जाऊँ? So he was not trained in addressing the audience. He was not trained in eye contact management. He was not trained in foot management. He was not trained in observing each and every corner of the auditorium, whether there are 50 students, 100 students, 500 students. पैदा होगा तो नहीं सीखा था, एक्वायरी करना था. So that is skill. You have the knowledge of the topic. You don't have the skill of public speaking, stage management, eye contact management. वो नहीं. चलिए मौर्य साहब की प्रति थोड़ी नरमी दिखाते हैं. He is skilled. He gave, he delivered his knowledge, and he used the best of the best public speaking skill and floor management and eye contact management. Everything. बहुत अच्छा महसूस हुआ इनको. बहुत अच्छे से हो गया. खत्म. और फिर दूसरे आया, उसने मोशन के अगेंस्ट बोला. That fellow also showed knowledge. That fellow also showed the best of the best, demonstrated the best of the best public speaking skill. और आखिरी में बीच में एंकर आ गया. कह लीजिए दोनों आपस में कॉन्ट्रोवर्सी हो, दोनों आपस में क्वेश्चन आंसर. And then the other fellow threw a very sharp shooter question to him. एक ऐसा क्वेश्चन इसको दे दिया ये भगवा गया. इनके हाथ में सामने बताते हुए नॉलेज है, नॉलेज तो थी, स्किल भी डिलीवर किया. क्या चीज घबराहट पैदा करती है. The way he was responding, the way he was reacting, इसके इमोशन, इसका बिहेवियर उस समय, यानी he was lacking weight. Now tell me one thing honestly. If I tell you that only knowledge is sufficient to succeed in this world, true or false? जोर से. अरे झूठ बोलो, तेजी से बोलो. झूठ से भाग जाना है. एक बात सच और झूठ एक तलाक लगाना है. सच का मन नहीं था, झूठ का चुन आएंगे. तो सच और झूठ दोनों तालाब के अंदर गए. इतने में से झूठ भाग तेजी से निकला और सच के कपड़े पहन के निकल गया. उस दिन से आज तक झूठ सच के कपड़े पहन के. Why I'm saying you this is, it is very difficult in today's world to identify what is fake news and what is real news. और ये आपको क्यों बता रहा हूं मैं ये कहानी, क्या मुझे तो आगे लेक्चर देना मैं भूल गया नहीं. व्हाट्सएप यूनिवर्सिटी से पढ़ना बंद करो. इंस्टाग्राम में जो दिखाया है कि बिल्ली शेर साथ बैठी हुई है, भूल जाओ सब चीजों को. They all are fake. They all earn money through you. They become millionaire, influencer. आप और नहीं के. बुक्स पहले के दोस्त नहीं, आज भी है, जीवन के अंत तक बनी रहेंगे. So what if they become digital books? So knowledge is there, skill is there, but the right attitude is not there. So we all attitude. यहाँ attitude के बगल में आपने साइड में गया behavior. How many times have you seen politicians when the news people ask national questions to politicians? They say, कैसे जवाब आप मुझसे पूछ रहे हो, कैसे आपने मुझसे पूछा, आप मुझसे क्यों नहीं पूछ रहे हो. नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. नॉलेज को है बोलने की, स्किल भी है पब्लिक को डाइवर्ट करने की. एटीट्यूड कहां से लाओ. So to succeed in today's world is very important to have this privilege. प्रिदेव क्या है? ब्रह्मा विष्णु महेश तो नवरात्रि क्या है? तो तीन के अलावा भी है, तो मत बोलो. Skills, attitude. Now, what is the fourth element? Some guesses. जी, आप बताइए. Guesses. Discipline नहीं अभी है. मैं आपको वादा करता हूँ कि आएगा. Right? Anybody want to hear? Dedication, बहुत important word है. बहुत important word है. हम लोग सकती हैं पंच भूता से effective लड़ने में नहीं. हमारी बात समझो. देखो एक तो होता है something you know is very important. एक होता है आपके साथ चले सपोर्ट में. तीसरा सपोर्ट. सपोर्ट से मतलब क्या है? अरे तो वेंटिलेटर भी किसको लेट ऑक्सीजन लेना अच्छा लगता है. वेंटिलेटर सपोर्टिंग तो है, मेन क्या है ऑक्सिलरी या एक्चुअली तो सपोर्ट भी हो सकते हैं सपोर्ट राइट ओके आई टेल यू अ स्टोरी आई टेल यू फर्स्ट वन राइट दिस बोथ एंड देन टेल यू स्टोरी द नेक्स्ट एलिमेंट इज लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग जिनको हैंडराइटिंग पढ़ने में दिक्कत आ रही है वो अपने आगे चेक कराएं मेरे हैंडराइटिंग बहुत अच्छी हैंडराइटिंग राइट दैट्स माय एटीट्यूड राइट सो लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग जीवन पर्यंत चौथे साल हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू आर स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ डी फार्मा एन वेरी गुड हाँ अभी बात कर रहा हूँ तो पिछले आ रहे सर आपको बुलेट हो जीएनएम बीएससी नर्सिंग और मैं चाहिए नाउ आई एम गोइंग टू आस्क अ फुलिश क्वेश्चन एक बेवकूफी वाला प्रश्न पूछा हूं आपसे इसलिए हंसना मना है देखो मैंने पहले भी कहा आई गोइंग टू आस्क अ फुलिश क्वेश्चन टू ऑल ऑफ यू हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू और these students over here are doing BSc nursing for the very first time? It's a foolish question. Before the question. आप ऐसे BSc nursing पहली बार हैं? Sorry. Very good. Same applies to B Pharma also. तुम भी पहली बार करो. B Pharma भी पहली बार करो. Very sad. Now I want to ask a question to you. इसकी इंटेलिजेंस समझना आपके शुरू में ये जितने लोगों ने बीएससी नर्सिंग का हमारा बेटा हो से करिए पर वेरी फर्स्ट टाइम तुम में से कितने लोग बीएससी नर्सिंग आप भी करना चाहते अब हंसिए आपको हाथ आ रही अरे वो बात करना ठीक है और नॉलेज आएगी क्यों नहीं your average age 18 years 20 years एक 20 साल की है एवरेज एज चलो now the story starts और तब समझो क्यों इंपॉर्टेंट है the average age of people over here approximately let us keep it 20 maybe some are 18 some are 15 but pretty much चलो 20 साल average 2024 के साथ 70 years 70 तो मतलब ये नहीं सकता मैं अंकल कौन सा करोगे 70 साल एवरेज एंड वन ऑफ द सैड एस्पेक्ट इज द इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी रेट अगर इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी रेट सुधर जाए एवरेज रेट 70 से ऊपर है बट इन्फेंट मोर्टेलिटी रेट की वजह से हमारे एवरेज पीछे आने को सपोर्ट नहीं आ रहा है दैट्स अ सैड एस्पेक्ट यस there is life that ends in the mother's womb itself. But that's a different story. So, average age 70 years. Your average age 20 years. You just now said that you are doing basic nursing for the very first last time. First time to करी है last time भी कर रहे हो. इसका आगे क्या? Masters. कितने साल? चलो 2 साल. उसका आगे क्या? नौकरी. उसका आगे क्या है शायद अपना से सेटल हो जाता है अदरवाइज नहीं राइट नाउ 20 साल की उम्र या 18 साल के एवरेज पर हमको कैलकुलेशन 18 इयर्स ऑफ एज 2 more years of master राइट 20 इयर्स बंदा करे 70 साल रिटायर कर देना चाहोगे बस 10 साल रिटायर करोगे बिल्कुल लॉजिकली बताओ 60 साल 65 साल 65 साल 36 साल थे राइट चलो 7 साल मान लो 20 साल